All right, I'm back for another beer review. Today is another mass market American beer, Miller High Life, at 4.6% ABV. The ingredients: American beers use corn and rice adjuncts to lighten it up. Unfortunately, Miller uses corn syrup instead of just regular maize. So I don't have a lot of hope for the flavoring on this because corn syrup is just another sugar, fermentable sugar. I don't think you'll get much corn out of it flavoring. So we'll see. So Miller Brewing has been around since 1855. Frederick Miller bought the old Plank Road Brewery in Milwaukee. It stayed in family's hands until 1966. When a company bought it from the granddaughter of Frederick Miller's granddaughter. It was a W.R. Grayson company, and then the granddaughter, Frederick Miller's granddaughter, did not like alcohol, so she sold the brewery. She made some good money on it. It was $130 million. Said Grace outbid PepsiCo for the brand, so I can't imagine Pepsi owning a brewery, but stranger things have happened. In 1999, Miller was bought by Philip Morris Tobacco Company, and they kept it until 2002 when South African Breweries bought it. South African Brewery is an interesting story. Back during apartheid, you couldn't invest in South Africa, and South African companies were pretty much banned from investing outside the borders. When apartheid ended, SAB South African Breweries located their stock from Johannesburg to London and went on a buying spree. They were buying a bunch of different Eastern European breweries from the old communist bloc. They were up for sale. And then they had lots of money invested because they couldn't put it anywhere during apartheid. So later in 2002, they ended up buying Miller from Philip Morris, and Philip Morris still had a 36% ownership share and 24.99% voting rights. This Miller High Life was the flagship beer until Miller Lite came out. Miller is now under the auspices of MolsonCoors. SAB Miller and MolsonCoors formed Miller Coors to brew and distribute their beers throughout North America, although the consortium only was through the United States, since MolsonCoors was pretty strong in Canada due to Molson being located there. And when SAB Miller was bought out by AB InBev, the Justice Department forced AB InBev to divest Miller from their portfolio, so naturally MolsonCoors bought it. So now Miller is a product of MolsonCoors, and it's still, I'm not sure how big a seller High Life is compared to Light. I know Miller Lite is still the better selling beer for the company. So let's give it a try. Got the Lums glass. Oh, and I'm wearing my Right Brain t-shirt. Right Brain out of Traverse City, Michigan. They're a pretty good brewery. They have a lot of different beers, and if you're ever up in Traverse City, you should go visit them. They have tons of pinball machines in their brewery, the sit-down area. It's a fun thing to play pinball and drink beer. Okay, let's open this up. I'm pouring this a little bit more carefully than the Pabst. These mass market lagers are very high carbonated. It's about the same color as the Pabst, maybe slightly darker. A nice head, but I did pour pretty vigorously like I did the Pabst. Yeah, definitely a sweeter aroma than PBR. But the same American type beer aroma that we grew up with. My grandpa Huffnagel loved Carling Black Label. My grandpa Nazione loved Altus. So I know what mass market lagers are like. I used to drink a hell of a lot of Budweiser when I was younger. All right, let's give it a taste. Not as dry as the PBR. More maltiness to it, though. A little sweet on the beginning. A little sweeter than the PBR in the beginning. Interesting. I don't think I enjoyed as much as the PBR. I remember when I went to Wayne State, I don't know, the Miller distributor must have had a big lock on the bars down there, because on draft, most of the bars there had Miller and Miller Dark on draft. Now, I have no idea what Miller Dark is. I can't find much reference to it. I don't know if it was a true dark lager, or if it was a regular Miller that they added food coloring to make it dark. My taste buds don't remember how really it tasted. I did drink more of it than I did regular Miller back then when I was at Wayne State. So, but yeah, this tastes like it did way back then. I bet they didn't use corn syrup though back then. They probably used maize or some sort of corn that wasn't a pure sugar. It's too bad, because it gives you such a corn syrup ferments to pretty full, a lot more ferments more out than malt sugar does, so it thins it out. The interesting thing about the major beer companies is they will brew their beer at double strength and then water it down to get it the way they want. A lot of people don't realize that you put down your alcohol content, but the government allows you to have a range. So it may be 4.6, but it could be as low as 4.2, 4.3, or as high as 4.8 or 4.9. It's so when they water it down, it's more or less to get the right taste and look, and then the alcohol is generally will come along. But if it's a little higher, a little lower, it's fine. They don't have to worry about that. So my rating on this beer, I didn't like it as much as PBR. I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. Just not as flavorful. So a 6 out of 10 for Miller High Life, and I'll see you on my next review.